There's a lot to talk about. Did you know that Al Haymon is the biggest active concert music promoter in the world? Planet Earth. I'm T Street Controversy, and this is T Street Controversy Live. The other day, October the 20th, 2014, I woke up from a nap, and I was really like, thank you, Al Haymon, for Amir Khan versus Devin Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little hoarse, but we're going to talk. It is 1:17 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I did a video actually last night that's probably going to go into the archives, the lost tapes. But I said I'm going to do a fresh one. Alan Haymon of Alan Haymon Enterprises, Haymon Boxing, is the most powerful man in boxing. Why? It's because he has the fighters. Think of nothing else but his power lies in the fighters and the super fights he possesses in those fighters. I often use the scenario of, think of if all Al Haymon fighters had to show up to a conference. All Al Haymon fighters in one room. Adrian Broner, Lucas Matisse, Marcos Maidana, Danny Garcia, Lamont Peterson, Robert Guerrero, Devin Alexander, Amir Khan, Sean Porter, Floyd Money Mayweather, Eris Landry Lark. Listen, the list goes on and on and on. Majority of those guys, I would say about 80%, don't have promotional contracts. And then most likely when their current promotional contracts are up, they'll just be forever free agents, just signed to the manager, advisor, Alan Haymon. So once again, if you don't know, I'm T Street Controversy. I call the show T Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. As you can see today, we are talking about Mr. Alan Haymon. Even the sweet tunes of Mr. Dennis Edwards once said, thank you, Al Haymon. Eddie Murphy, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brandt, hell, New Edition, Mariah Carey, Lil Wayne, Nicki Minaj, all thank you, Al Haymon, thank you so much. God damn it, they're even saying Derek Jeter is saying thank you, Al Haymon. Listen, I have no issues, no personal issues with Al Haymon. I only don't like when, excuse my language, when he fucks with the sport that I love. That's it. When he has the power, as I said earlier in the video, to make all these different super fights, and he doesn't make them, it makes me think, what are you doing? Now, if you have been following boxing, or if you haven't, I'm going to tell you. Supposedly, allegedly, according to Kathy Duva of Main Event Boxing, there's 24 dates on NBC and NBC Sports. The first date is supposed to be on Super Bowl week. That's in early February, very early February, late January. And you're thinking that, you're hearing that Al Haymon is taking his fighters off of networks. His fighters don't fight on HBO unless they're forced, super forced. And I'm talking about that man will buy your ass out from a purse bid. That he'll have you walk away for $1.4 million to say no, you're not fighting on HBO. So with him, with the rumors of him taking his fighters off of HBO and Showtime, and the rumors of him starting his own boxing channel or network as far as Boxing Nation is concerned, along with NBC. You think to yourself, Floyd Money Mayweather has a CBS Showtime deal. But then you also think, well, Al Haymon is a very powerful man. Connections with SFX. Basically, Al Haymon was most likely the architect behind Golden Boy Promotions Barclays Center deal. Al Haymon has connections with arenas, management in arenas, marketing. As far as if you look at the fighters like Victor, not Leo Santa Cruz, who else? Adrian Broner, somebody else on Corona bottles. Al Haymon, thank you so much. But that's not just it. That's not just it. The man has immense power and he works in the shadows. In the shadows. Now, what I say in the shadows is like, you see a camera about Al Haymon, can I get an interview? I had somebody on my Facebook. They walked up to Al Haymon. They talked to him. He a regular dude. And then they asked him for a picture. And he told him, Al Haymon, quote, unquote, well, if you know who I am, you know that's not going to happen. That's some crazy ass shit. Now, on my Facebook, I'm sure you've probably seen on the internet, some very exclusive photos of Al Haymon. He looks like he's in his early to mid 60s, very mid 60s, probably like 64 at the most. Very, very slim. He's always wearing like these old looking suits. He's still got a razor phone. Putting in that work. There's one picture with him and Mayweather sitting in a locker room and he cutting that check. So basically, it makes me so upset when people say Mayweather's his own boss. I can't even talk about it anymore because it makes me so upset because people don't know. Listen, you don't know what you're talking about. Mayweather's not his own boss. Now, granted, he can fire Al Haymon, but Mayweather would never fight again. No way. No way. But listen, Al Haymon takes his percentage, then cuts the check to Floyd like, here, go do you. If you want to give some money, allegedly, to Schaefer to put away for you in those Swiss banks, I'm sure you heard about Swiss banks before, then that's on you. Remember, under Al Haymon's tenure, Floyd Mayweather got in tax trouble multiple times. Now, I'm not going to turn this into a Floyd Mayweather video, but what I'm trying to turn it into is this. Listen, boxers have a shelf life. If you know what shelf life is, I was a bartender for 10 years. So let's say, for example, you were cut probably like 50 lemons. But lemons have a shelf life of 2 days. So once they cut, you got to put them in the pan, label them, So right now it's the 24. If you put 1024 to 1026, that's a shelf life. Boxers have a shelf life. If you think that Al Haymon, my bad, I got to send a text. If you think that Al Haymon cares about Floyd Mayweather as far as the future is concerned, Al Haymon is concerned about making the next Floyd Mayweather. Adrian Broner was supposed to be it, but he fucked up because he wasn't dedicated to his craft. He's dedicated now. Don't get me wrong. He's dedicated now, but he wasn't making weight. Remember, Vicente Escobedo, he didn't make weight, but then the night before he posted pictures, so yeah, I'm gonna make weight eating Twinkies and all that shit. Then not to mention all the rapping, and then he's showing up on All Access, Mayweather Canelo Fat, stuff like that. He showed up to the Marcos Maidana first initial press conference. Remember, he had the black T-shirt on with the I forgot what kind of shirt it was. It was like the pink and the on his shoulders. He was fat. Have you ever thought about if Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, what if it happened on national television? That's actually what the whole video was supposed to be about. What if Floyd Mayweather, hold on, give me 1 minute. Put my laptop in. What if Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao happened on NBC? Now, there's so many different aspects and there's so many different things to talk about when it comes to that. But I'm not going to get into, like Bob Arum and HBO and Showtime. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. I'm just keeping the door open. Would Mayweather still be able to make 100 million? No, maybe 150 million. Pacquiao at least 75. Think about the Super Bowl. Think about advertising. Now, my editor-in-chief over at Real Combat Media, we was discussing earlier about Mayweather as far as marketing. A lot of sponsors will not go nowhere near Mayweather. You know why? See, he boasts about not having any endorsements, but let's be real. No endorsements is bad business. Even I got endorsements on this level. So no endorsements is bad business. So you can say like, yeah, I don't need endorsements and all that. That's just the brainwashing propaganda he's doing to the people that are mentally on his level and below and financially below him. But realistically, not having any endorsements is not cool. And you know why he doesn't have any endorsements. Why? Because he has no filter. He says what he wants. He will offend women. He will offend homosexuals. He will offend goddamn. He will offend anybody. Because he just don't give a shit. You saw what he did to poor old Stephen A. Smith. You know, just threw him straight under the tires of the bus. Man, but defending him for years and all, Stephen A. Smith says, like, listen, if you fight Americano over Pacquiao, then I gotta say you ducking Pacquiao. Got to, like, why not, you know? Then you know, Mayweather goes on to say, listen to me, I don't give a fuck. Now, I repeat, basically, I'm just paraphrasing, I do not give a fuck what Stephen A. Smith had to say. I never seen him dribble a basketball, and actually, Stephen Smith, like 6'4", and yes, he used to ball. He used to hoop. So, what I'm saying is, okay, all right, if it happened on national television, now, you have to look at the fact that, okay, all right, it was on NBC. Everybody, no cable or not, has access to NBC. It's the biggest fight of this generation. And you would think that the networks will pay. If people are paying if companies are paying $4 million for ads on a Super Bowl, how much would they pay for Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather? You know? Those are the questions I'm asking, and I'm thinking, okay, put it this way. I'll be honest with you. I got a message in my inbox a couple of days ago that said, you know, don't be surprised if Mayweather versus Pacquiao happens on national television, NBC. And I get messages like that in my inbox, and some I really, really listen to because I'm like, oh shit, he's credible, and some I don't. But this one, I was like, that shit's credible because he never fucked up before. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, Pacquiao, Bob Arum. Now, even though Pacquiao doesn't have an exclusive HBO deal, Bob Arum works some shit out with them, basically, that it's a verbal type thing. So I don't think HBO would allow it to happen. Now, as far as Showtime is concerned, Al Heyman is, you know, done with them. You see Golden Boy is trying to break free. They're now putting fights that could have been on Showtime on HBO. I'm not going to sit up here for a long time, ladies and gentlemen. But what I'm saying is, every single week, I'm T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live with Real Combat Media. I am going to be providing Al Heyman news. I can sit up here for hours. Like, we haven't talked about the Kathy Duva lawsuit and how the Bernard Hopkins, Sergey Kovalev fixed that. We haven't talked about the Al Heyman stealing fighters from the smaller promotional companies. You know, he'll wait for you to be good, then come over and sign you up. We haven't talked about the Al Heyman contract, to whereas in when fighters are under Al Heyman, he tells you who to fight. It's not you have no choice. But once again, like I said, all my social media information is right in the inbox. Right in the description box. I'm T Street Controversy, and I'm T Street Controversy Live, and I cover boxing. Please subscribe.